So in this topic, in the unit BSP WHS 401, we are discussing WHS training needs. So we will have a look here, and we need to think about the WHS training needs. So let me just a little bit go back to the content to review the previous topics. So we started with legal requirements, policies, procedures, and programs, risks and hazards, consultation procedures, dealing with issues, communicate outcomes, providing training, costs of training, identify hazards, hazard reporting, risk control, existing controls, record keeping. Then we have the WHS training needs. So we are identifying the training needs, and it's a legal requirement to providing training in WHS. This training could be delivered in different ways or methods. It can be face-to-face or online or mixture between both of them. It can be self-study plus online assessment. It can be in different methods and ways, as we mentioned. So this is part of the and contained in the WHS Act in each state of Australia. So we have some information here about training requirements. So for example, forklift driver training, first aid training, as I mentioned multiple times, safety committee training, if you have one. So we have safety committee, so they attend some training. I'm a scout leader. I need to renew my first aid qualification every year. Safety representatives, they also attend training. Crane operator training, if you have or this part of the work. Confined spaces, entry training, if we need that. Construction induction training, like quiet card. Manual handling training, and hazards substance training. Again, these are just examples. So these are mandatory training. We cannot do anything. I cannot drive, for example, a forklift and work for a company without this training and having the license or permission. So these are the basic training. We can have further training like in different situations. So advanced level, mid or medium level. So we have the basic, medium, advanced. It depends on how many levels there. Working at heights, using some chemicals and so forth. So we need to identify the training. This means I need to have a training matrix. So for each job description, for each title I should have the qualifications required to conduct the job, to do your work. So if you are a cybersecurity person, you need to have certificate 4 of cybersecurity, and part of the certificate 4 you are studying WHS. If you are a forklift, you need also to know about the forklift. You need to have the course there. Part of the course will teach you about WHS safety procedures, maybe first aid, and so forth. In some situations, you need working with children card. You need to attend specific training, on the job training, on the machine, and so forth. We provide you lots of training on computers, servers, virtual machines, routers, switches, and so forth. So job safety analysis should be there. The hazard risk assessment, and like, for example, manual handling, safe lifting techniques training, legislation requirements, plant operator certification, WHS audit. So we audit, we review, we check the records, we inspect, we visit sites and see people they are adhering to policies applied there, people wearing their PPEs, the food, the toilets, the ventilation, the heat, all these things. We can have different checklists and investigation of incidents. The training needs analysis. I know 1, 2, 3, 4, so I need 5, 6, 7, 8 to continue my work or even start this type of job. We have safety training, as mentioned. So it could be a program to cover all the training needs in your workplace. What you want to achieve there, what sort of training will be best. Should we teach people how to use fire extinguishers? Should we teach people how to work at heights? Should we teach people about safe handling of computer systems? It depends. We need to monitor that, and we need to make sure also the training is effective. The outcome of the training, people will need to understand and apply what they have learned in their daily practice. Language and literacy needs of the workforce, and maybe we need interpreters or translation, multilingual science. So in many areas we have that. Think about street signs or airport signs. In many places we have the signs in multilingual, in English and Chinese, for example, or Mandarin. So as I mentioned also, for example, Centrelink or Medicare website, they have policies, procedures, instructions in multiple languages. So you don't have doubts and you need to understand the important information they are providing. Okay, makes sense? So the TNA, or training needs analysis, so it's a survey that will help you to identify the WHS training needed in your organization. Here we are discussing WHS, of course, not training needs analysis for other types of job responsibilities. So the answers will provide some training, planning. So we conduct that, and step 1, we create a survey questionnaire with checklist format that requires yes, no answer. Is simple but effective. Do you have this license? Yes. Okay. You don't know, so you need to attend this training immediately. Do you have working with children card? No, you need to get this one so you can work with scouts or schools or something. Do you have working at heights permission? Yes. Okay, good. Go to next step. So we need to cover topics like company safety rules, processes for reporting hazards, usage of PPEs, fire and evacuation procedures, major hazards of the workplace, and so forth. We need to distribute the questionnaire to the nominated workers and ask them to complete, because we might have different questions for each department. So driver's department is different than financial department. Compile the checklists and record the number of staff who have received the information or training on that particular subject. Then record the total findings. This way we can have the TNA, training needs analysis, and I will know what each person have or know and what they need. When they tell me they have working at heights permission, for example, I need to see it. I need to know it's still valid, it is not expired. If it needs updates, so fine, we need to update that. Then I need to create a record with the expiry date. So a few weeks before that, I will send a reminder to the worker to renew it. Okay, makes sense? So please answer the following short answer question. What is a training needs analysis? Anyone can help? Anyone can help about what is the training needs analysis? Yes, it is a survey. It will help you to understand the training needs for team members, yes, in different branches and different departments. Yeah, what training is needed, what they have already in place. Yes, we need to identify the needs from their answers, and we need to make sure they are providing us with legitimate information, so we need to make sure of that. Just a side note regarding, because I was discussing in the previous session, I was discussing safety at house. So for bushfire or any kind of evacuation or any kind of hazard at home, we have the like emergency bag or bags. So in the emergency bag, we have the important documentation. We have some safety requirements, some food, some dry food, some stuff if we are evacuating, some, for example, radio, torch, change of clothes, something like that. So we have these emergency bags in case of we needed to evacuate the house. So it's a good idea also to have that and think about that. Okay, makes sense? That good, everyone? Okay. Yes. Okay, you will grab your dog. Okay, fine, good, no problem. But what about your passport, birth certificate, any other important documents, some cash, some first aid, stuff like that, okay? Okay, good. Yes. Yeah. Bug out kit. Okay. So yeah, think about these points we mentioned. It's really good to implement them in your house. So I'm wearing now the scout leader hat. So be ready, always ready. Okay, any questions for me? Yes, be prepared. Yes. Any questions for me? All good. So we are done with this topic, and we have an appendix here. So it's a hazard report form. So you click, and this is just a sample of a hazard report form. So we can have the company name, site address, who filled this form, name, enroll, contact number, date. This is the risk assessment matrix and what you did and definition for that. Then, yeah, it's a good idea to read that. It's giving you a good example, and we have different sections here. So please do that as part of your activity in your own time after I finish the session today. So please go through different parts here and see each part. It could be like that in many organizations you can join. I have seen these ones in different organizations without mentioning names, but I have seen similar ones. It's really good to have a look and go through this form. Okay, everyone. So now for the assessments, the unfolding assessment video is there for you. Then all the recorded sessions, some of them already, which processed up to yesterday evening. So it's uploaded there. Then I will upload today's ones once they are processed. Okay, everyone. Any questions for me? Anything? Okay. If you have a question, as usual, use Discord, email, or text. Okay, thank you for your time, and I'll see you next week, everyone. Thank you. Have a great day. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you, everyone.